some reason, for the last month or so, I've been stuck in an absolute funk. You know the feeling, you just want to isolate, nothing's going according to your plan, you want to throw your toys out the pram. Yeah, it's entirely normal. In this episode, I want to talk you through 5 things that I've done to actually turn around my mental health and get right out of the funk. Stick around, because number 5 is something that you probably haven't even considered. But first, a disclaimer, I'm definitely not a shrink, and what I'm talking about here isn't relevant to someone suffering from clinical depression. Actually, this is more to help people who suffer from ebbs and flows with mental health, like most of us do from time to time. Number 1 is the importance of staying physically active. Now, you know I'm a gym bro, I'm an active guy, so this kind of comes naturally to me. But over the last month, I've had 2 bouts of flu, and it made me just want to not work out, not get outside. What I tried to do was stay strict to going to the gym at least once or twice a week, maybe 1 or 2 grappling sessions, which I really enjoy. And when I felt sick because of the flu, I decided to push myself to go and spend time with 2 people I love more than my biceps, yet my wife and my dog, just to get out and about. It's super important because your mind and your body are so closely linked. If you want to improve your mental health, it's important to move your physical. Number 2 is I reached out to some friends. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, whenever I feel in a funk, I kind of want to isolate and detach myself, but this is not the best way forward. So what I did is I had a couple of Zoom calls with people who might understand what I was going through. We talked about some of the blocks I was feeling in my business, things that I could change, and it just really helped for me as well to ask them about their problems. The other thing I did as well was I flew back to the UK, spent time with my family, because connection is the opposite of isolation, and it's just going to make you feel much better. Number 3 is I looked where I was spending most of my time, particularly if it wasn't useful or helping my mental state. And that for me, unfortunately, is doom scrolling. Yeah, I'll be the first one to admit I'm absolutely addicted to this little device. So what I wanted to do was actually control the amount of time I was scrolling. See, it was easy to convince myself that I was scrolling on Instagram or TikTok to get ideas for content, and maybe I do need to do that as part of my job. But honestly, 4, 5, 6 hours a day is not good for your mental health. And all I was doing was comparing myself to others. Why don't I have a 6-pack 365 days of the year? Why haven't I got 1 million followers? These things start to really play on my mind and made me feel a bit down. So the action I took is I installed an app which allows me to actually control the number of hours per day that I can go on social media. An hour or so in the morning to look for content ideas, post my reels, etc. And an hour in the evening to reply to any DMs or anything like that is more than enough. I don't need to doom scroll all day. As soon as I installed the app, I felt so much better. Number 4, and when I say this, do not glaze over or switch off this video because it's super important, and that is exploring recovery literature. Now, you don't have to be an addict or in a 12-step program to actually find some useful nuggets of wisdom from recovery ideas. And one of the best ways to glimpse recovery is to listen or read to the book Recovery by Russell Brand. Brand has a great way of showing that things like the 12-step program can actually be used in everyone's day-to-day life, particularly when you're in a bit of a funky mood. It's so good, I would recommend listening to that book as long as you've got a decent vocabulary, because that guy likes to spit words. And number 5, I promise the best till last, is to do something that puts you in a new mindset and gives you something to work towards. So I was thinking, I'm a 43-year-old gym guy, I've got a YouTube channel, I've got a coaching business. What could I possibly do that would really scare me? You know what I've decided to do? To sign up for my first physique competition in October here in Dubai. Honestly, the idea just freaks me out. But as soon as I signed up for it, I realized that I've got something new to work towards, and that really got me excited. So next time you're in a funk, think, what massive action can you take to completely change your mindset and get you excited about the next chapter that you're working towards. Guys, I hope you found those tips helpful. Let me know in the comments any tools that you've found particularly helpful, because I'm sure it will help others that are also reading the comments. Until next time, hit the notification bell because we're pumping out great content on this channel, and I really appreciate you being around. Stay active.